Nouvelle Vague is the latest from director Richard Linklater. As the title may suggest, it's a portrait of the French New Wave and, to be exact, a retelling of the creation of film critic turned filmmaker Jean-Luc Godard's directorial debut, Breathless. Currently available, where else? Exclusively on Netflix. There has been an argument that I've been aware of when it comes to Nouvelle Vague. Does the creation of revolutionary cinema, in its portrayal of said artwork, have to be revolutionary in turn? The film, aside from added film grains and cigarette burns in the corner, is a rather conventional hangout film. And I don't see an issue with that. It captures the free-flowing nature of Godard's creative process in the making of Breathless, reflective of the laid-back approach the famed filmmaker took to making his most recognizable work, where takes would be kept to a minimum, and production would follow an unconventional script such as dialogue being written the morning of shooting. A benefit of the hangout film subgenre is that it romanticizes the act of filmmaking itself, making production look like having fun with one's buddies, making up as you go along. It's a matter of Godard proving himself, but what kept me as an audience watching was the group dynamic, as they work together on the film. In that way, Linklater's own revolutionary stylings as a filmmaker still make themselves rather apparent in this biopic of another revolutionary filmmaker. Stéphane Berthoud does an unbelievably incredible job with the casting of the film, not just with the lead characters, Guillaume Marbach as Jean-Luc Godard, Zoe Deutsch as Jean Seberg, and Aubrey Dillon as Jean-Paul Belmondo, but with all of the icons of mid-20th century French cinema who make appearances of varying lengths, from the likes of Agnès Varda and Jacques Demy to Jean Cocteau. What makes this more the brilliant feat of casting is that many of the cast members, aside from Deutsch, who I have seen elsewhere, are first-time actors, or have barely a few acting credits to their names. Not only do they look the part, but they give believable performances as these legendary cinematic figures. There isn't an overwhelming sense of performance in the film. Instead, the actors embody the roles and slot into the hangout film subgenre Nouvelle Vague operates in. At the same time, Breathless is a film which already has the loose quality which Linklater attempts to capture here. Just a single viewing of it would reveal that much, as it did to me. To begin with, it's rough around the edges and raw, pushing boundaries of cinematic form. Its experimentations have lasted this very day, with many filmmakers still drawing from its style. Earlier this month, the new Kelly Reichardt film had a scene in a car, which was reflective of the jump cutting in Breathless. Please watch my review for the mastermind. But, returning to the point, Breathless already is a documentation of its own creation, of its director's passion for filmmaking, so doesn't that make Nouvelle Vague a tad redundant? I don't think so. It's a film in awe of the French New Wave, but doesn't succumb to idolatry. It's made with a love for the original film and the filmmakers of their era, and it captures that love for creation that is also inherent to Breathless. If there's two things that I find Nouvelle Vague intends to do as an artwork, it's to get more people interested in the titular cinematic movement, and to be inspired to try their hand at making movies themselves. I'd be damned if I didn't say that I was affected by it somehow. The film itself goes by pretty easy, but it does succeed at its intentions, I think. Nouvelle Vague, 3.5 stars. Well, that's all. Keep on watching movies, and form your own opinions. See you in the next one.